Now I can hear you.
Oh, my mic was off. I'm an idiot.
I was like, I heard something. I was like, I'm not like. It's too funny. What's up, kid?
You're
What's
like, I'm
going
not that slow.
I'm slow, but not that slow.
Yeah, my bad. I ran a little bit late. I saw Justin Goodwin at the gym, so I was just chatting up him, just catching up with him.
It's awesome. How's he doing?
He's good. I should have invited him to baseball the other day. It could have been like a Colts reunion.
Oh man, we would have had everybody back.
I know, it would have been like the whole crew.
Literally.
Matty B. I saw Matty B at the gym too, oddly enough. So legit, it was like the whole Colts crew.
I see Matty B at Market Basket all the time. My man, Matty B.
Matty B kid. I was thinking like when I was talking to you the other day, and then when I was just talking to Justin, because like you ever like get like that there's like certain friends or certain people you could talk to after not talking with after like a long period of time, and it's like nothing even happened. It's like
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like I don't think besides Saturday when we played baseball and then we went to the jug, I don't think I talked to you for what, like at least 3 years, maybe 4.
Close to it. I would say closer to 3 years. I think I haven't seen anybody in, I want to say probably about 3 years. Let alone talk to anybody. You know what I mean? It's like life gets you. It's like when we were in high school, I was telling Vin this. Like we were in high school, like making fun of like people like 23, 24 years old because they're like complaining, oh yeah, we never, we lost touch with people, we're like out of shape, all this and that. And then like you get to that age and you're like, shit. You're like, they were right. That's what ends up happening.
Well, it's like when you're a little kid and it's like, man, I can't wait to get old, like drive a car and all this other stuff. And then like you get old, you start driving a car, you start drinking and everything else, and you're like, this is fucking overrated. Like I want to be back in my boxes watching Saturday morning cartoons. Like I want to watch Scooby-Doo and just like eat Dunkaroos until I fucking pass out and take a nap. I was like, what the fuck were we thinking, man?
Let me throw on Ed, Ed, and Eddie.
Oh, dude,
watch it to my heart's content.
You bet your sweet Bippy.
Get Plank out here. Sit Plank right next to me.
Dude, you got Plank behind you, dude.
Got Plank behind me, man.
Did you repaint your room? Didn't it used to be red?
No, so I have it gray here, and then around the room I have it red.
Has it always been gray right there?
Yeah. I wanted to do that on purpose. I was like, maybe it looks dope. Yeah. I was like, it looks dope. It looks dope. That was 11 years ago, I think. Something like that. Yeah, it was when my father renovated the house. We ended up, this used to be my parents' room. I used to sleep in what we have now is the guest room. That used to be my room. Then my sister's room, that used to be my room when I was a baby. Took that down, extended the kitchen. And we built up that the top floor. Did a lot.
With your bidet, the bidet edition?
With the bidet.
See, during the pandemic, everybody was stocking up on toilet paper, and you're like, fuck you, motherfuckers. I got a bidet. I don't need that paper shit. Because I evolved far beyond that paper shit years ago.
I saw this coming.
Pa saw this coming.
Oh yeah. He was like, you know what? 10 years from now, we're gonna be glad that we have a bidet. No toilet paper to go around.
How's he doing?
He's Todd doing? He's doing good. He's hanging in there, working day in, day out.
Was he still doing construction, right?
Yeah. I think he's in Boston still. I think he's he was on the Avalon building for a while. He was in TD. And then they finished that, and then I think he went to Quincy. Now I have no idea where he is. I think he's in Boston. There's so much construction in Boston. There's this one. So I take I work like right next to Government Center. where the BNY Mellon building is like right around the corner from Government Center. Right around the corner from Government Center. And then, you know, a State Street, like if you get out off the blue line, you get out that big building.
Yeah.
So you get off there. Got a nice little guest over here. How'd you? All right. Okay. Okay.
Wish someone would kiss me like that.
She hasn't seen me. She hasn't seen me like all day. All right. Yeah. So I work right there, and I take the Sumner Tunnel to go to work because then it's easier because I come out right there. I'll take a left and then whatever. There's a parking garage right there. Anyway, there's this fucking light, like talking about construction. There's a huge construction going on. I'm pretty sure it's a parking lot. Right in like a corner. But there's this fucking light. Like I swear to God, it's 5 seconds. It's on 5 seconds and then it turns red. It's green 5 seconds, turns red. It's fucking ridiculous. And then it's not like one of those lights where like it's every minute, you know, it'll turn green for 5 seconds or whatever. No. It's like every 5 minutes. It'll turn green for 5 seconds. And then it'll turn red and you just gotta sit there. And it's like right as you get out of the tunnel and you go straight. And it's like awful. And this morning, I go there. I'm just sitting here. I'm like, I'm fucking late because of this fucking light every day. And it's like the most annoying nuisance in the world. Like it's the worst way to start your day. And you ask yourself, why am I here?
Dude, that's like the light when we used to go towards Garfield, like when you go down the parkway, like Logan Airport over there. You know, when you go down Harris Street, you're at the top of the street.
And just like 2 seconds. It's like you can't even put your foot on the pedal.
Like remember baseball practice down Garfield? Like the whole team used to be late every single day, and coach would be like, "Why the hell are you guys late?" And be like, "Oh, the fucking light on Harris Street, dude." Every single one. It wasn't like one kid like late, 2 kids. It was like more than half the team. It was like, sorry, light on Harris Street, man.
pretty sure we had practice at what, 3:00? We made it at like 3:15. We had to make it at 3:15 every day because he couldn't get there any sooner. That light took up 15 minutes of your time.
Yeah, but then like all the kids from the elementary school, we had to clear off the field because they were like playing soccer, playing tag. So we wouldn't even really start till like 3:30.
Yeah, we always had to wait. She is going crazy right now. I hear her.
What's she doing?
She got the zoomies. She got the zoomies. You know what the zoomies are, right?
No.
She gets like all energetic and all hyped out. She just fucking like a fucking mad bitch.
Is that like a common term, zoomies, or you guys
make
that up?
No. I swear to God, I actually looked that shit up because my girlfriend told me it. My girlfriend goes, "Oh, she got the zoomies." I'm like, "There's no way that's like the right term."
I thought you were talking about the shoe store.
No, zoomies.
I'm like, what the fuck? Like, you got shoes for the dog or something?
She loves shoes. She fucking eats everything. We have to put them on the steps and close the door, or she'll eat it. Yeah, she's waiting for peanut butter.
Dog's living the life.
Oh yeah, she's crazy. She's nuts. There she is. There she goes. My sister went to go bring her here with peanut butter. Tried to lure her here with peanut butter. It's her favorite thing. Lures her.
Dude, your dog's like my spirit animal then, because I could literally eat like a whole jar of peanut butter. It's disgusting. Just straight.
She'll eat everything. Mike, she'd make you look like an amateur.
Yeah, okay.
No, I'm serious. She'll eat everything.
Did you see how much food I ate at fucking Brown Jug? I wanted to keep eating. Everybody,
more.
He goes, "Do you guys want 4 plates of 12 wings each or 18?" I mean, they go 18. Like, get that motherfucker out of here. You guys go, "What? Why would we do that? Like, we already got like 5 pizzas." I go, "Dude, I'm telling you.
That's 72. That would have been 72 wings.
Plus 4 pizzas. It was like 4 or 5 pizzas, like at least.
We had 5 pizzas.
We got like 6 pitchers of beer.
Yeah, we had 5 whole pizzas. I could have eaten more. I could have easily eaten more if I wanted to. But I was like, nah. Because I would have been forcing myself. That would have been like one of those, like, yeah, you can eat more, but like, how much more can you really eat? You know what I mean? Like, you're in that sweet spot. You're like, yeah, I could eat more. I'm satisfied right now. But like, this food was so good that, yeah, I can eat more. But do I want to go to my very last bite? Because then after that last bite, yeah, I need some Tums after that.
Well, dude, it's just like right in the fucking slot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you got to know. Like, because then you keep going, right? You get like 2 pizzas, right? You get 2 slices, and you're like, okay, feeling good. Then you get to that 3rd slice after you just ate 5 slices. Like, you're about to top off a pizza right now, like a whole large pizza yourself. Plus, you had like 8 wings, and then you drank like 3 things of beer. And you're like, I can do this. You get halfway down the pizza and you're like, fuck no, I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm going to regret it. But then you have to. You got to do it. And you got 7 people looking at you. At that point, got to do it.
Dude, you got to buckle down. Bear down.
Got to buckle down. Buckle down.
Yeah, but for me, it's like I'm eating for 5. I'm eating for like a family of 5. And then half the time, I'm still like, I don't know where the fuck it goes. Because I'm still not even full. Like, I'll sit there. I could add like 2 pizzas, wings, plus beer, which beer alone is like eating like a full course meal because it's so filling. And I'm just like, all right, like, is there more food coming? Like, I remember we were all done. Everybody's getting ready to pay the bill. And I'm like, why the fuck don't we just get more? It was only like $30 each.
It was like you looked at the bill and you were like, we're ordering more.
Well, I was expecting the amount of food that we got. I thought it was going to be like at least $70 each. It was like 30. I'm like, why don't we fucking get more?
We did order a lot. I could be here
all day.
I was actually really shocked at like the bill. Like when he said what the bill was, I was like, how? Like how?
That was including tips too, because we didn't want to Jew the waitress and get separate checks.
Yeah, I know. Including the tip, I think it was like 35 or something. Yeah, but still, like the amount of food we had was ridiculous. I still think about it. I'm like, holy shit.
That's like back in school. We were saying at the table, we used to hawk all the spicy chickens and the cookies.
I'm telling you, the cookies. If it came down to like, would you rather have back? If you could only take one thing back, either the spicy chicken or the cookie, what would you have taken back?
Nah, dude, I'd take the chicken. I love chicken. I'd suck a mean dick for some chicken. I would.
No, that chicken, and Nat hit it on the head. That shit was like a real chicken breast. Like, it wasn't no fucking.
Dude, it was like a patty. Fat, thick, juicy chicken breast, and they just like lightly breaded it and put like a fuck ton of buffalo sauce on it. It was perfect. The thing
like,
was
that was a Barry Bonds chicken breast. Like, they gave that chicken Barry Bonds steroids, man. Like, Mark McGuire was jealous of that chicken.
And then you were breaking the lunch lady's hip in the back of the room, so you get like 3 of them.
She lived up the street from me. She used to love giving me the freaking spicy chicken. She used to hide them. She would
love going over to your house to get her hip broken and get her back blown out.
Yeah, she always used to save 2. I always used to get 2, and she would only charge me for 1. Pay $2.50 for 2 chicken, 2 spicy chickens.
That's why when you try to call dibs on the leftover food, I was like, bro, you already got 2. Like, get the hell out of here.
Give it to Gianni. He's the weakest. Gianni, you're the weakest.
That kid was like a twig.
He was the weakest. You're the weakest link. Or give it to Eddie.
I can hear it's a typical night at your house right now.
Yeah, it's because Gia's going crazy. Gia stirred up a whole new like tornado in the house.
Oh, she's like a fat kid. Just stuff some food down her throat. Just be quiet.
She's so tired though. Like, that was me. I ate the fruit. They cut up fruit, right? So I in the morning, I I always like raid the fridge because I'm like, all right, what can I make for lunch today?
Mm-hmm.
So there was no bread. And I was like, I want a sandwich. So I just got a hamburger roll. Perfectly fine. You can get a hamburger roll. It's not illegal. Got a
Bro, it
hamburger
does the
roll.
trick, right? It's bread, right?
It
Just a
does what you
different
need
shaped
to do.
bread. That's all it is.
That's all. And it was a sesame bread too. So it's quality bread, man. So threw in some roast beef. I made myself a nice little roast beef and cheese, put some barbecue sauce. You can't put the barbecue sauce on the bread right away. Because then, if you're not going to eat it right away, it makes the bread soggy. You don't want to do that. It's a big no-no. Big no-no. So put it in a little container. I'm like, I need a side. Try to eat something healthy. I see a big bowl of fruit, like cut up fruit, huge bowl. I'm like as big as like you'd make a freaking fruit salad out of it. That's how much fruit was in here. I'm like, you know what? Let me take a little bit. So I started like dropping a bunch. Next thing I know, I ate half of the fruit bowl. I'm like, damn. I was like, this is good fruit though. Took it to work with me. Now they're screaming, who ate all the fruit?
Dude, that's like most people with chips. You can never have just one or two.
Oh man, no way. And come on, fruit's Mother Nature's sugar. Shit's sweet. Yeah, no, it was good though. I can't complain. But yeah, no. But that roast beef this morning.
Did it hit different?
No, I haven't. Oh yeah, it's pretty good. You know what I haven't had in a while? Kelly's roast beef.
Dude, I think I've had Kelly's once. I had Kelly's once the whole time like I didn't live in Revere. I feel like that's almost like a summer thing. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like I used to like go down on the beach, just like sit on like the wall and then just like devour Kelly's cheese fries and roast beef and everything else, dude. I get like one of everything on the menu. End up paying like an arm and a leg, but
I wouldn't expect anything less from you, Mike. Nothing less.
bro, when it's cheat meal, like I go all out. Like cheat day, gotta.
Oh, like The Rock.
Nah,
Cheese
that's
meal?
insane. I want to try that though. The ultimate cheat day that he had.
No,
Bro,
where
he
he
had
has
like 8 pizzas, like 12 pancakes, like 3 big pitchers of milk, and then he had like 2 trays of brownies and then a tray of cookies or some shit like that. I don't even think I could do that. Then that's saying something, dude.
I was gonna say, you think you'd
Nah,
be able to devour
nah,
that?
no,
How
no
far you think
shot.
you could get?
I think I could get in the whole day. Talking the whole day? We talking how long we talking?
Well, that he does that throughout the entire day. He doesn't do that all in one
Yeah,
go.
that was just the whole day. I think I could get. See, I don't know because I'm not even like a huge dessert guy unless like it's ice cream, to be honest. Like I'll eat ice cream until like I'm throwing it up, like regurgitating it like liquid. Like that's usually like what happens with my ice cream. I don't know what it is. Like it just comes back up. Like you know when like you let ice cream sit out and it like melts?
Yeah.
Like I'll eat a ton of ice cream and it comes back up. Like my body's just like, no, like I don't want this shit. Like get it the fuck up. So it comes back up through my throat, literally as like the liquid. Like it doesn't even like digest or nothing. It's just like I'll be puking up like pink and brown and white, like ice cream. You know what I mean? Like here comes the strawberry and there's the chocolate and there's like the vanilla. Like it just comes up. But ice cream is like ice cream and probably like pizza. Those are like my two like Achilles. You know what I mean? Like those, like if somebody offers me that, I'm like 9 out of 10. Like I'm like, like okay, I'll fucking eat it.
What's your ice cream of choice?
Really, I mean, really any. But to be honest, like for some reason, I like strawberry the most.
Strawberry.
Yeah, nobody ever says strawberry. Same thing like with milk. Like I like strawberry milk the most.
Strawberry milk is pretty fly.
Yeah.
Can we talk about like going back to lunch? They got rid of the strawberry milks. It was only chocolate milk and vanilla milk. Not even vanilla milk. It was chocolate milk and regular milk. Now that I think of it.
Dude, what about our senior year of high school? They had low-fat chocolate milk, which tasted like I don't even know how, like, you know, when you get like the chocolate like mix, like you put like the powder, it
The
tasted like
Nesquik.
you put like one scoop of like the powder, and you never do one scoop of powder because then it just tastes like chalk. Like you need at least
Yeah.
a couple scoops, like just to get like that nice like flavor. It tastes like to put one scoop of chocolate powder in there, so it's just like chalk. It's either that or you get like the skim milk. For some reason, I feel like they had that shit in there for years because nobody drank it, and it tasted like it was rotten.
It tasted like booty.
But it's like
It really did.
they were giving us milk and hamburgers at 11 o'clock in the morning. And it's like they didn't even like they made you pay for a water. Otherwise, you got to drink out of the Riviera tap. It's like, nah, have a milk with your fucking burger. It's like, all right, it's 11 a.m., dude. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
And if you want a water, that's $1.
Yeah, not even, dude. It was like almost $2.
It's $1.50. It was $1.50 or
And they'd have like the
$1.75.
Dasani water too. It's like the worst water.
I know. It wasn't even cold. Like
Yeah,
they
it
just
was
kept it out
warm.
there.
It was like lukewarm. They would just leave it out.
It was room temperature.
Like the water fountain was like mad cold. Like we had like those old school fountains too. So they'd always make like that weird like buzzing noise. And once it started buzzing, like you knew that shit was gonna be especially cold.
Shit was icy.
Like especially when we used to walk through the doors because it was the water fountain like right near where you walk into like the locker room. That one was like especially cold, like for no reason, but it was fucking awesome. One. Like when you come back from like practice, after practice, I was just about to say that.
That you fill the water bottles on that one.
Yeah, he filled the water bottles down. Why everybody be trying to swing over to the water jug to get whatever the fuck was left after practice? They'd be like, "Nah, I'm running right for that fountain." But then everybody started to catch on.
Yeah, it was at that point. It was a line over there, and it's like, what the fuck? Remember when Anas put the freaking what were those squirters? The flavor things.
I think wasn't it Mio?
The Mio, yeah.
Yeah, he was squirting them in the water jugs.
He was squirting on the water bottles. He was making it even worse because like the water bottles, like these Mios, you throw them in the water bottle and they stick in the water bottle. So every time you fill that water bottle, that's all you taste.
Dude, those things were disgusting too. Like they were like all black and crusted too.
They weren't even good.
No. I'm talking about the water bottles. Because like those things were passed down year after year after year, and you think anybody fucking gave a shit to clean them? Like they probably had like mold and crap all over them. We were just straight up like freshman year.
We got them freshman year. I'm pretty sure it was like they were brand new freshman year, and then they were like, fuck it, we don't need to clean this shit. We still had the same water bottles.
Dude, there's no way those things are brand new freshman year. Either that, or we were just fucking animals. We were like barbarians. Because those things were fucked.
I'll tell you, after like a hot practice, like double sessions out in August, water never tasted so good.
Dude, that's when you go home and you like just sit by the sink and you just keep filling up your cup. It's like
it's ridiculous.
It's like you just keep chugging it. You drink like 3 gallons of water like right there until like your stomach starts to hurt and it's about to explode. You're just sitting there, you're all sticky and sweaty and you just smell like shit and you just can't move because you're between being sore from running around like a maniac and then your stomach's about to burst. It's just like, yeah, I'm going to bed.
You wake up and you still want more water. You're just dying. You're so dehydrated. You're like, you just came from the desert.
It's like the cold sweats in the middle of the night.
That's exactly what it is. It's so bad.
You're like so SpongeBob bad. In the episode, he goes in the tree dome. Water. You're like dry. You're all pasty. You're like water. Like how do dudes in like Texas and Florida and shit? How the fuck do they do that?
They're so used to it. Like that's
just
they're doing that all year round.
Well, I guess it's like us for like the cold. You know what I mean? Like for us, it's like all right, like whatever. Like it's for Bostonians, if it's 45 plus, like it's summer. You know what I mean? Nice for them, like if it gets like 45 below, like it's fucking freezing.
They're wearing jackets. Like they're wearing winter coats at 45. Like we're wearing like sweatshirts at 45.
Yeah.
Just like sweatshirts, no
unless
jacket.
It drops under like even like 25 degrees, unless it drops under, like then you're putting on a jacket. Even then it's like, okay, is there wind? No. All right. I don't know if I need a jacket. If there's wind, then yeah, you need a fucking jacket.
The wind that kills it. I'm telling you, the wind is like, There's Then you have Coach Finn. Doesn't matter what temperature it was. He always had shorts on.
Bro, do you remember that one practice where his wife took his fucking shorts? The dude was wearing pants.
He was pissed.
It was a one day. I've never seen him wear pants ever again in my life. His wife took his shorts, and he looks like especially like he always had like that mean mug on his face.
He was pissed.
Especially pissed. So like we were joking with him because they're like, "Oh shit, like he's wearing pants." So we go, "Coach Vin, where's your shorts?" He goes, "My wife hid my shorts. I'm pissed. It's gonna be a rough practice." And we literally did up downs and fucking did bear crawls up the hill for like all practice.
Oh yeah, and that was the year. That was our sophomore year. That was the year we literally had stations every day.
Yeah, every day was stations.
Every day was stations. We were so bad that every day was stations.
Every fucking day was stations.
Oh man, that was a nightmare. That was awful.
Even like freshman year, like we would do stations, but we would still have like, even though like we were trash, we'd still like put some time at the end, like to run plays. This was like literally like, no, we're doing only stations.
Yeah, we only did stations.
Like,
and then there was that one practice. I left early because I went to the Red Sox game. I remember this. We scrimmaged Marblehead, and we were awful, like so bad, like insanely bad. It wasn't even funny. And then the next day, we weren't supposed to. It was on a Friday, and then we weren't supposed to practice on Saturday. Chick was like, "Nah, get here 8:00 in the morning," and we were like, "Fuck." And we got there. We didn't eat, like, for the first 45 minutes, all we did was run. That's it. 45 minutes of running with pads on. You're running with, like, an extra 15, 20 pounds on you just for 45 minutes straight. And not just, like, jogging. No. Can't be jogging. No.
Dude, it was so bad. Like, because we lost so many games, like for the most part, like when we played, that when you would like hope and pray that like you would win a game just so you didn't have to go back to the school on a Saturday, because then you'd have to watch film. Like if you won, like they'd be like, all right, sweet, like you guys can just fucking take like Saturday off, enjoy. But if we lost, it was like, nah, you better be here at fucking 8 a.m. watching film. Half the time I didn't know what the fuck they were trying to show us on the film either. It's like they were talking about nonsense.
Yeah, I watched film. I remember because we had our iPads too. I would watch film on the iPad.
Yeah, on the
and I would be like, yeah, I mean, like this is I kind of understand. I know what I was doing. I don't know what else was doing. I don't know. Just like kind of looking. I'm like, I don't know.
I mean,
I wish they filmed our JV games. I wish they did that. That would have been funny.
Oh my god, that would have been a fucking shit show. I mean, honestly, I didn't know shit about football until probably after we graduated. Like I was literally just flying blind like the whole time, because like I never had like any coaches like sit down and was like, yeah, like this is what you do, this is what you do. They were just like, yeah, if you don't know what you're doing, just play Madden. They literally used to say that. I was like, okay, so when I'm on defense, coach, I'm just gonna hit the guy with the ball, and when I'm on offense, I'm just either gonna block or just catch the ball. And he goes, yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm like, all right, sweet. I think I can do that. You know what I mean? I can pick it up. So like when I did play, like I was literally just flying. I didn't know anything. I didn't know plays. I didn't know nothing. I knew legit dog shit until after we graduated. I'm like, oh, so that's why like this, and this happened. Like, you know what I mean? Like you ever like walk away from something and you finally get like enlightened to something and you learn about it. And
yeah.
You're like, oh. You know what I mean?
This makes sense now. Only if I knew.
And the sad part was like there was kids who knew what they were doing, but they were still like bad. Like, you know what I mean? Like how many? I bet you there was tons of other kids that were on that team or other teams in our high school, and they didn't know what the fuck they were doing. And they just winged it, and they were like, all right, like I'm kind of getting by. You know what I mean? Right. Like it's almost like school. Some people could just wing it, and some people just can't. You know.
It's very good. Actually, that's a very good analogy. It's pretty much it. I mean, like, that's exactly it. And the funniest thing is, like, most of the kids that were, like, actually athletic in our school didn't even, like, play any sports or organize sports.
Or they
Or
could
like
have
they
played
never
like
took it
college and they
serious.
just, yeah, like
They
they
never
didn't
took
work
it
out,
serious.
like they didn't do anything, or they could have played college and they were just like, yeah, I don't want to.
Like look at Tommy, for instance.
Yeah,
Tommy
he was
Portrait.
nasty. He was nasty.
I remember freshman year, we were doing batting practice for baseball. This kid's not even like flick of the wrist, swinging the bat. Ball's getting launched. Launched. I've never seen a kid hit so many home runs just in batting practice before at the high school. And all I think about is like, he's never been in the weight room. Never seen him in the weight room once. I never see him practice. I never see him take any practice even serious when he is in practice. But he can do all this shit. Like, what?
Bro, football too. Remember he was running back and he
It's
played a little bit
filthy.
of quarterback. Like, he was just fucking nasty.
It's filthy.
He used
Natural
to like
athlete.
not do anything until we ran plays. And even then it was like, all right, just give me the ball.
Yeah, he was like, just let me do my thing. Like, just give me the ball.
It's so weird. Or some people are just like blessed with talent like that. And it's just, I don't know. It's such a weird like phenomenon. You know what I mean? It's like, well, like there's no like genetic behind that. Like there's just it is what it is. Like there's no other way to like explain it. It's fucking weird.
It is odd. It is odd. And then you have people like, I'll even say it. You have a kid like me who like, I'll practice, I'll work hard, I'll do what I need to do, but I could never get to that level.
Yeah.
Never. It's just I'm not that. Like I'm not an athlete like that. I can't just like not try. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
if I put in the effort that he did, I wouldn't even come close to what I would do if I did actually try hard. I would be awful. I'd be like, they would laugh me off the field. I wouldn't even get to the field. I'd be lucky if I got to the bench. But then you have like, you have kids like Tommy, and it's like, it makes you wonder, what if he did put in the effort?
Yeah. I mean, I can name a couple of kids like that, but it's fucking crazy.
Even Dylan
Which Dylan?
Talik.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Stevie too.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's like, if you like really put in the effort to do it, like I even look at who I'll applaud, Matt Costanza, because he's a kid that like, he's talented and he works hard. And when I was playing with him in the Yawkey League, you could tell like he wanted to perfect his craft. He always wanted to play hard, and like, we played the little league together. We all started the same way. We all started on the same level, but he just continued to work hard, and he used what talents he had, and he's continuing to work hard. And he's playing at a D2 school. He's like one of the top players in the Yawkey League right now, which is arguably like they could, some players in the York or some teams in the Yawkey League could play against like a single A team.
Yeah.
And like do well.
Yeah. Their dad's my dentist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
He's
has
right
the
across from the
dentistry right around the
SBA.
corner.
Yeah.
Craig.
Yeah. I always see, because when I go in there, he always has like all like the pictures on the wall of like all the kids like at baseball and shit. And I'm always like, wow, like they're actually like doing something. That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah. No, he's always good. He's a funny dude. I used to love him in Little League. He'd always like give me a pep talk.
Give Pep a pep talk.
I'd always give Pep a pep talk.
You know what I remembered? I had it like in the back of my mind, and then we started talking more about baseball. Do you remember one summer when we had like the summer camp like for football, and it was when the tornado happened?
Oh,
We were in the
yeah.
high school. Like we were working out in the gym, and out of nowhere, like we had like all the staff and like the guidance counselors were like in the building. They like rushed in, And they're like, yeah, everybody has to go like to the library because like it's in the middle of the school. And we're like why? Like what the fuck? Like we're fucking like, in the middle of practice. Like nobody wants to go in there and read like a dingy ass book. You know what I mean? So then next thing we know, the fucking school started shaking and they were like, yeah, practice is canceled today. Like everybody just go home. And then like, you know what I mean? Our parents, like they never picked us up, bro. We walked everywhere. So we're walking home and there's like trees down everywhere. There's like buildings down,
Car
like this
flipped.
shit, like all it literally went like straight like down, like in a line, like down Broadway. So like everything was like all ripped up. Like it was crazy.
I remember that because I was late. I was running late, and my mother was driving me. Everyone was already on at the school, and we're driving, and we see cars flipped. We see these trees fucking bent out, like literally on the ground. We're like, what the fuck? She's like, I go, yeah, I think they canceled practice. So we turned right around. But then there was a car that was flipped on like right around the corner where the lights are, where the convenience store is, where Max is, Max Roast Beef.
Yep, on Revere Street.
Yeah. And the car was flipped, like literally flipped. It was crazy.
Dude, it was like something out of a movie. I was literally like, we were like, why the fuck did we get out of practice? We're looking around, we're like, whoa, like what the fuck? Because we were in the heart of like the school, because obviously like it's a high school, it's a big building. So it just felt like there was like a quick shake. We were like, what the hell was like that murmur? You know what I mean? And we look out, it's like all the Broadway, like from Chelsea down to like the Rotary was like completely like torn apart. It was fucked.
Yeah, it was nuts. I like thought to myself, I was like, how do we even have a tornado? Like Revere a tornado?
Yeah, that's so
Come
random.
on.
Like even when they used to give us like hurricane warnings, we're like, all right, like that's a crock of shit. By the time it gets up to us, it's just gonna be like heavy rain. You know what I mean?
Right. It'll be bad, but it's not a hurricane bad. You know what I mean?
Like once it gets like past DC, like it's like just rain at that point. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's not wild. It's not. Yeah. It's definitely not what like the coast in Florida or like the coast of Louisiana. It's nothing what they get.
Yeah, they get a full on storm. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna rip everything up in its path. We literally just get like the aftermath. It just like trickles out.
Yeah.
We're in like the safe spot. It's like that safe corner of like the US.
The only thing we get is like 20 feet of snow.
Yeah, but even still, like think about like Buffalo and all those places near like the Great Lakes, dude. Like they get bombarded every year.
Yeah, they get a lot of snow. There was one year. What was it? Like, when did we get like that? We got like a storm every week.
It was it was the same year. I remember they were showing the pictures of the Buffalo Stadium. They had snow like all the way up to like, I forget. I think it was like 20 feet high or something like that. It was something ridiculous, like piling over the stadium or something.
I remember in Northgate that year, because they put out like when they plow it and then they stack it all in Northgate. They had to throw. It was July and there was still snow out there. That's how much snow we had. It was July and there was still a little bit of snow in there.
That shit gets packed hard too, so it's like basically like ice blocks. It's almost like a glacier.
Oh yeah, it's just one large glacier. That's all it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know that I'll never forget that year. I think it was I can't remember.
Was that when we had Nemo? Was it there in that storm? Or was it a different time?
I really can't remember. I just remember we got hit with a storm every week. Every week was a new storm. And it was just like, all right, well, we just took care of 6 inches. We're getting another 8 next week. It's like, what the fuck?
It's like, don't even bother going to the gym. It's like you're just gonna shovel and have to shovel again. It's like that's a workout in itself.
Oh yeah. The worst is like that wet snow too.
Yeah. It's all hard. It's heavy.
It's heavy.
And you're getting all wet. You're getting slapped in the face every which way with it. You're out there so long from picking up so much snow, your face starts to freeze. There's like icicles coming down. You look like Jack Frost.
Have you ever done this? I did this in football. Like, you know how like sophomore year, like we would dress for varsity. We would think we're so cool. We would never get in.
We would just sit
dress in.
there. You were lucky if you got in like kick off or like kick return or something like that, but you would literally just like stand there.
Yeah, you would just stand there. And like it was like brutally cold. You have your hands in your pants. You're like trying to stay warm. Everyone's huddling together, like staying behind the line. Because if you don't stay behind the line,
you'd pray one of the moms would like buy hot chocolate.
Oh yeah. But they never would.
I think they did like one time.
Yeah, and then never again.
It's like false hope.
Yeah. But then what I noticed, it gets so cold, right? And I mean, then again, this could be because I broke my nose like 20 times. But if you scrunch your nose like this, right, in the cold, and then just let it go down, you can feel your nose coming down, like unscrunching itself. Because it's so cold. So your nose, what I learned after I broke my nose at Garfield from Brendan Hayes' freaking one hopper straight to my nose. I learned that like the inside of your nose is not a bone. It's cartilage. Yeah. So when you scrunch it, right? Even when you scrunch cartilage, like you know how like when it's cold, like your hands get really like tight. Yeah. That's because the cartilage is getting tight because it's cold. So your nose does the same thing. So it gets tight in the cold. So you scrunch your nose and then it like slowly comes back together. And you can feel every inch of it. Just like, and it's the weirdest feeling. I don't know who I told this to. They were like, "You're fucking bonkers." And I'll go, "Wait till it's really cold. And the next time it's really cold, do it." And you'll be like, "Holy shit, he's right." It's like the weirdest feeling ever. I didn't notice it until we were standing in the cold in football. And I was just bored. I was like, whoa, it's like wicked weird.
You ever notice like you just discover weird shit when you're just trying to pass the time or take your mind off being cold? You know what I mean?
It's almost like when you're on the phone and you're just like walking around in circles. Like you grab the nearest thing, you just stop playing with it. Like you're just talking on the phone. You're like, yeah, like you're flicking the lighter. Like you're walking around in a figure eight.
Like I don't know, like what, like is there even like a word to classify that as like a separate type of like ADHD or something like that, or?
I don't know. Just like it's not boredom because you're not like bored. You're
like you're engaged in the conversation, but it's like it's almost like I know like especially us, like we're Italian, it's like you have to like when you're talking to people, usually like we're doing like the hand movements is like we're like in like the conversation like with like our bodies like kinesthetically, but when you're on like the phone, like you don't have that, so it's like almost like you gotta like diddle around like with something and like kind of fill like that void. Yeah, I don't know. Like that's the way I kind of always thought of it. And I know like when I'd watch like my parents, like when they'd be talking on the phone, they'd be doing like the same thing. Like half the time, how many times you've probably noticed that you're watching like your mom on like the phone and she's like cooking or like doing dishes or like vacuuming like at the same time, or she's just like writing something down. Like, I don't know. Well, you know what I mean? It's like there's always some type of like fidgeting like going on. I don't know if it's like nervousness or some type of like anxiety or just I don't know. You just don't know what the fuck to do like with your hands. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's not even like I get the Italian thing, but I don't even think it's like an Italian thing. Like when you're
it's like universal.
When you're engaged in something and you're just like you're doing I don't know what it is. I think it could be because your mind's moving, right? And it's almost like when you're in school, right? And you're in school and you're just sitting there and you're listening to whatever, but then like you get bored. But it's hard to like explain because you're not bored. Like you're engaged in the conversation, but you literally have to move. You can't not move. I think like your brain's moving. Your brain is like, I got to do something. Like my body got to do something. I can't just have my brain move. Like my body got to move too.
But then what I don't get though is like if you're laying in bed, you can almost like lay there kind of still, but otherwise like, you can't. Like, you ever noticed that?
But do you really lay in bed still?
I mean, I guess. I mean, I don't know. Before I shave my head, like I'd be like fidgeting like with my hair, like how girls do, like when they like curl it, or I'd be like bouncing like my foot. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah, but not while you're like sleeping or anything.
No, I meant like if I'm on like the phone and I'm just like laying like in
Oh,
bed, you know
well.
what I mean? I'm just like posted up.
Yeah, you're always doing something. Like me right now, like I'm moving my feet right now. Like I'm like playing with my feet. Like I don't know. I like you gotta do something. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't always need to be like the weirdest thing, like getting a fucking broom and like sweeping the ceiling. You know what I'm saying? Have you ever seen that like that picture on like Twitter or something? Like when I'm bored, there's some dude like on the phone like playing with a broom. He's like sweeping the ceiling with a broom.
No, I never saw that one. No,
Really?
I mean it makes sense though.
Yeah, it's like stupid. It's like stupid shit. But I don't think like you need to be doing like weird shit like that. Like one of the things that I always do is like when I'm on the phone, I always like walk around in the living room. I walk around my dining table all the time. I'm just walking around the dining table. I'm like playing like almost like I can't step. I'm playing like lava. Like I can't step on outside of the like you can't step
Outside of the
onto the
tile.
hardwood.
Yeah.
You have to stay on the rug.
Well,
And
you like
then
playing
like
musical chairs at that point. So you gotta wait till the phone call's over before you can sit.
oh yeah, could do that. No, because then sometimes I get bored and then I'll sit.
Teach his own, I guess.
Depends on the occasion. Depends on the conversation too. Because then if you get really engaged in the conversation, depends. Depends.
Like, I get what you're saying though. Like when it's like a casual conversation, like I'll just sit and like chill out. But like when I like had to call somebody, I was like ream a new asshole. Like when I had to call like the insurance company or like some other place that's like trying to bend me over. Like I'll be up like walking around like doing stuff. I almost like getting
Right.
like amped up because I'm like, okay, like I gotta like chew this motherfucker out. You know what I mean? Like when I
Oh, you're
when
hyped.
I had to get like my car, I had to get some repairs done to like my insurance recently. And
Yep.
the way they're doing it right now, because they're trying to limit the amount of people on jobs because of COVID and shit. So um my appraiser was also the adjuster. So he was doing the estimate and then he was also in charge of like getting like the payment like to my auto body.
Right.
So this kid was like a fucking idiot, like absolute moron. Like he was like our age. I heard from him maybe twice throughout the whole process. I would call him or text him, just no answer. My mechanic would call and text him, no answer. I had to call his supervisor like 3 times. Even then, like he like wouldn't answer. And it was like it held up the job. It was supposed to be like a week and a half job. It ended up being like almost 5 weeks. So
That's amazing. Yeah.
I got it fully paid for, including the rental, but he cost his company like obviously hundreds of dollars because they had to keep dishing out money to me. And they
Right.
obviously had to keep like paying him to like go out there to adjust, like, appraise the car because he
Right.
didn't fucking quote it right like the first 2 times. He did go out there like 3 times. So kid was like a moron. He was a complete rockhead. So I got to the point I was like leaving him like nasty like voicemails and shit. And you know me, like I'm totally chill. Like I'm like chill Bill. So I was leaving this dude like nasty voicemails like, hey, you fucking moron. How about you do your fucking job right? You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck are you doing? And then like I
Oh
had like call
man.
like a supervisor and be like, yo, listen, like I tried calling this dude like 3 times today. He's just not answering. I'm getting sick and tired of this. Like, what the fuck do I pay you guys for? You know what I'm saying? Like, you could pay insurance companies, and that's like any insurance, like car insurance, like home insurance, like life insurance, like whatever, like medical. You could pay them every single month. I've never missed a payment in my life, never in my life. But for me, just to get the funds that I needed to fix my car, it was like fucking pulling like and not even just like a couple teeth out. It was like pulling all of them the fuck out. I was like, you serious? What the
You're
fuck?
pulling
Like,
the jaw.
you guys are still making out in the end. I've had my license since I was 17. well, car since I was 17. I'm now 23. I've been paying for like 6 years. I've had to use it one time and they don't even want to fucking pay me. Like, really? Paying like 200 plus bucks a month?
Fucking insurance, man. Like, car insurance is like sleazy shit. I have to actually call the insurance people after this because I just bought a new car and I have to switch my insurance over. I'm really not excited to see like the price jump on that insurance. But like, more importantly, like, I just don't want to deal with them. Like, I know how the call is gonna go, and I know I'm gonna be on hold. I know they're gonna be like, "All right, can you repeat that for me? Can you repeat that for me?" Like, bro, I repeated it like 20 times. Like, can you just write it down at this point? Like,
well, it's like some of the worst people to deal with. It's like insurance agencies and then like cable companies. It's like how remember the episode of South Park where they had the cable dude and he fucking just kept like pulling the flap over like his nipples and he's like, "Oh, really? That's too bad.
That's too bad."
And he's like, we're the only company in town that you can use, and yeah, if you don't like your service, then you won't get any. That's another thing that's fucked up too, like especially with cable companies. It's like some cities and towns, they can only have one provider, and if you don't go through that provider, then you can't get the service. Like I forget which. I think it might be Lynn. I think it's Lynn. But you can't get Xfinity. You can only get like Fios, or like there's like other places like that. You can't get Fios. You can only get Xfinity, like shit like that. It's like, how the fuck do you get away with that?
Yeah, it's like Comcast. Like over here for the longest time in Revere, you could only get Comcast. This was before they even had Xfinity or Fios.
Well, Xfinity is Comcast. They just changed the name.
Yeah, they changed it. Yeah, but yeah, before they even changed, I remember they had the Comcast near where Nani's is.
Yeah,
they had the Comcast building over there, and the big ass fucking remotes that were like gray. It always had like that hump right there.
Yeah.
Click on demand. It would take an hour just to load on demand. But like, they were awful. Like Comcast itself, even Xfinity, slow as shit. Like sometimes I don't even want to turn on my TV because I'm like, it's not even gonna load. Like it's not gonna cooperate. Like, why do I even bother? Like I told myself, I'm like, why would I even want cable? Like, especially nowadays, like even if you want, like, look at Hulu, right? Hulu has live sports now. So if you really wanted to watch like a live sporting event, all you need is a Hulu subscription. You don't even need cable anymore.
Yeah, they have that, like the $50 Hulu live subscription. It gives you all of Hulu plus like all the live like local channels and a couple of sports channels. Then you could get like HBO, Max, Stars, like all those, like an extra like 10-15 bucks each, like tacked on. It's like I mean, that's what we did. I mean, we switched, like we got all like Roku devices, did all the streaming services, and then we only pay for the internet because you can do internet only packages now. Because like the companies are like, okay, like, all right, like people don't want to get fucked like over anymore by having to pay for all these bundles and subscriptions and everything. So let's just let them do the internet only so we could at least like still get some money out of this. So we do internet only, all the streaming services on the Roku, and we end up saving. It was like, I did it at my grandmother's house. So it was like over $130 like a month he was saving. So, I mean, you add that up over the course of the year, that's like a fat car payment, or that's like a nice ass like vacation. You know what I mean? So it makes a difference. And you don't have to go through the hassle of dealing with the fucking assholes down at the cable company.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Cable it's definitely gone away, especially with like Netflix and stuff. It's wild. It's wild to see, but like
Netflix was like the first big one that everybody else kind of jumped on the wagon. Like everybody and their mother now has a streaming service.
That was the biggest thing. And you know what's funny? The guy from Blockbuster, the people from Netflix, they presented it to the people in Blockbuster. They said, nah, no thank you. This isn't gonna stick.
God. They deserve to go under then. As much as like a little kid, I used to love Blockbuster, dude. you don't want to adapt. Like that's part of the game. You know what I mean? You
Do you
always got to
remember the
adapt. They were
Blockbuster right
just like,
around the
yeah, like
corner?
we're so big, like whatever. This shit ain't gonna take off. You know what I mean?
That's pretty much what they said.
You can't get a hot head when it comes to business or anything, really. If you want to be successful, you got to keep adapting with the times.
You gotta keep an open mind, even if it's not adapting with the times. Then you gotta
Yeah.
think, hey, you never know.
Well, it was like such a huge leap in technology too. From the time they had, like, think about it. Think about just like when we were coming up, like when we were little kids, they were like just starting to come out with cell phones. There was still Walkmans and like CD players. They had VHS tapes. Uh, you know what I mean? So we grew up on that. And then by the time we were in middle school, even
There's
fifth grade,
iPods.
even fifth grade, dude, even fifth grade, they had like sidekicks and then iPods and CDs. And then by the time it was like eighth grade, they had like the iPhones were like just coming out and they were starting to make like the tablets and the computers. And then they started to transition from, okay, DVDs and CDs are like gone. Like now it's iTunes or, like streaming services, and now it's just like full blown, like everything's like digital download.
Now, let me ask you this: you remember how like they introduced Blu-ray, like the Blu-ray discs? Like
Yeah,
you
Blu-ray
gotta
was like the
get Blu-ray.
biggest thing. Like it was like HD before TVs had like HD.
Like what really was Blu-ray? Like is that I've never had like a Blu-ray player. I've never had like a Blu-ray disc. That I've never watched a movie, so I've never been able to like compare it.
It
But
was
like
just an enhanced quality DVD. So it was almost before the HD TVs. Like you know, they started making like the flat screens.
yeah,
It was before they made like HD flat screen TVs. So it was just like regular flat screens. So if you plug that in with the DVD player that we used to have to use with a Blu-ray disc, then it would be like almost like having an HD like movie before they started. And then they started making the HD TVs. And they're like, okay, like Blu-rays are relevant because now the entire TV is HD. You know what I mean? So
yeah, you don't need it.
yeah.
Yeah, because I was like, that's like the biggest like waste of money. Like, sure, a little bit of quality, but they used to like price it like $10 over like what
Yeah.
the movie really was. Like, I'd rather pay $25 for a new movie than pay $40 for like absolutely nothing. White Sox pitcher Carlos Rodon has not allowed a base runner through 7 innings. White Sox get those ESPN alerts all the time.
I saw something earlier. It was the Sox aren't even ranked in the top 10, but they won 8 straight games.
Look at my comment and the MLB post for Instagram. I put the Red Sox won 7 straight games because they posted that like 3 days ago. Oh, Red Sox won 7 straight games, are in the top of the AL East, not ranked in the top 10 in the power rankings. MLB do better.
Well, they just swept the Twins too, who are a solid team, and the Twins are in the top 10, but the Sox swept them, but they're still not in the top 10.
Doesn't make sense. And the Yankees are like last place, and they're ranked number 3.
Dude, they cannot stay healthy. It's been like the last 4 years.
Well, they can't stay healthy and they can't play good either. I mean, Gary Sanchez is like throwing things over people's heads. I saw Judge absolutely like botched a ground ball to him in the right field. The dude almost had an inside the park home run. If he was a smart, he would have stayed at third because then he like fucked up, got out. But like, they're not good. They're not good. The Yankees are not good. The Rays are okay. The Orioles, all they had was that 3-win stretch against the Red Sox their opening games. And the Blue Jays are good. Blue Jays are
Blue Jays.
Blue Jays are good. But that's about it. I mean, like, I did think the Red Sox were gonna surprise people, but
I was saying this to somebody at work the other day. It's like when every other sport there's a salary cap, so the playing field's kind of fair. But in baseball, like there's no salary cap. Like you look at like the Dodgers, they won the World Series last year. They have the second highest paid player in the league. They have tons of stars, top to bottom, and they go out and they add Trevor Bauer for a hefty contract. He just won a Cy Young, but it's like there's no salary cap. We have a team like the Oakland A's, like they made a whole movie about it, Moneyball, and they have like no type of fan base, like low market team. They have to do completely through the farm system, and they still like compete like every single year. It's like hats off to them, but it's like they're not getting a fair shake. It just fucked.
It's almost like sort of how like soccer works. It's like there's no salary caps, and it's not even like you're on contract. Like in soccer, you own the player.
Yeah.
Like you own rights to that person. It's like you own a slave. It's literally that's what it is. Like in soccer, it's so odd.
It's an indentured servant.
Yeah, pretty much. That's exactly because you could sell people. You could sell them to another team if you want.
Yeah.
It's not a trade. It's like you're selling.
Listen, man, I've played my fair share of FIFA. I know how that shit goes down.
And like the craziest thing is like for some people, just to talk to them, you have to pay the team. It's like you want to talk to my player? All right, pay me $90 billion and you can talk to him. And stupid teams do it. Like
fucked.
But that's like one of those things because I'll go to Italian soccer, so Serie A. You have teams like Napoli, you have teams like Inter, you have teams like Juventus, you have teams like Roma. Those are like high up teams. Like they have a lot of money because owners they got
that Michael Jackson money.
That's what I'm saying. They got the MJ money, you know. But then you have like the lower teams and like they got nothing. And one of the teams that like I'll tip the hat off to, it's similar to Atlanta, but it's Atalanta. It's spelled the same, only with like an extra A. And they were like one of those like medium income teams. Like they didn't have the biggest stars. Like they didn't really have like a big payroll, but they ended up getting like pretty close to the top position. I'm actually pretty sure that they made top 4 last year. And now they've become like a big club. But I don't want the MLB to become like that, where it's like only like money buys you championships.
Well, that's another thing that's actually really impressive about both soccer and MLB is a lot of these other sports, you see the same team, even with this the fair shake on the salary cap. You see almost the same team win or they're in the championship game like every year. Like how often in MLB or like soccer does the same team win every year?
In soccer, it's sort of often. It's always the same, like unless there's like huge shifts in like players and stuff in soccer, it is pretty often. But you also have to understand, like in soccer, it's like it's different because then it's different because it's all around the world, and they also have like different leagues. Like they have like the Champions League, they have the Europa, which is like
Premier League too.
Yeah. But like the Champions League and the Europa League, like those are like that's like a combination of like it's like the World Baseball Classic basically, but like not because then you also have the World Cup, but like the World Baseball Classic in the sense that like you could have the Red Sox play like the Tokyo Giants. You know what I'm saying? Like in that sense. So those are those leagues. So a lot of the teams in soccer, they're trying to make like the top 4 because the top 4 go to the Champions League and then you can win a Champions League title, etc. And then it's a whole different, I feel like soccer is like a whole different world. But in terms of like not having a salary cap, that's baseball and soccer are comparable in that way. I think it's funny how John Henry owns Liverpool too. He has the Red Sox and he has Liverpool.
Yeah, that dude's bowling.
Yeah. He has the whole Fenway group, which LeBron invested in.
He's smart. I mean, the athletes that invest their money, whether it's in a team or in stocks or whatever else, like they're really smart, especially since you see so many athletes where they go bankrupt or they just fucking blow their money because they give it to all the scumbag family members who's looking for handouts.
Pretty much, yeah.
Like one of these dudes' paydays for people like us, like, okay, like we would think like, oh man, like we're set for life. For them, it's like, oh shit, like that's like club money.
Right.
That's like I'm giving some bitch down to fucking Atlanta that to give me a lap dance for some hot wings. I'm gonna pull a Lou Will.
Oh man, I know. It is crazy. It's wild.
It's just like that's almost like a perspective thing. You know what I mean? It's like they see it as like, oh man, like I'm gonna get like more coming. You know what I mean? Like nothing's gonna happen, but all it takes, especially if for a football player, all it takes is like one injury. It's like boom, okay, you're done. Like that's it.
Do you know for football, you know what the average career length is?
Isn't it like 4 years or something?
It's like 2.5 years.
Yeah, that's like you get one paycheck and it's like, okay.
Not even. It's not even one paycheck. It's like you don't even get paid a full contract.
You sign like your rookie deal, which is like
4 years.
It's like a fragment of what most guys get. Like you probably would, if you're lucky, you top out at like $1 million.
Some contracts are some rookie it depends on where you get drafted to.
Yeah. I'm talking about total, like the total rookie contract. You know what I mean? Because when you sign like these rookie draft picks, for the most part, you're paying like $5 or $6 million or less for the whole draft class.
Yeah, give or take. Give or take. I know, like Trevor Lawrence, for instance, like he gets like when he gets picked with the first pick, he gets a first pick bonus.
Yeah.
Of like $3 million. So like he's getting like
he'll probably get like 4 out the gate or something like that.
Yeah, he'll get maybe even closer to like 6, 7. Like
he'll get like only if you get picked really in like the top 3 or 5, right? It's like you get that.
Yeah. It's like the first round money is like $8 million a year, around there. I would say it's like a decent contract. It also depends on the position that you play in and all that. But after the first round, the money's like you're getting short money. At that point. It's not serious money. It's still a lot of money. Like
for us, yeah.
Think about it. Like you're coming out of college and like you're playing a sport for your job.
You're playing a kid's game. You're going from a lot of these guys, like they got nothing and now they're getting all this money just thrown at them to play the game they've been playing their whole life.
It's like $500,000. Like, are you gonna tell me that if someone came up to you and said, "Hey, do you want to play for the Patriots for $500,000?" You're gonna say no?
Yeah. Fucking.
You know what I mean? Like
$500,000 is like a fucking treasure trove for me. That's like finding a fucking red X in the middle of the road. All I have to do is dig it up and I get a treasure chest. That's like a gimme. I can ride the Pine and I get paid that much. Like, you shitting me? Like, that's why backup quarterbacks, like almost like BMS, like Alex Moran. That's like the best. That's like the best gig in the whole show. You know what I mean? You get like the star. You get that stardom of being a quarterback for like said team. It's like, yeah, I'm the quarterback. You know what I mean? But you know,
get hurt.
You never get hurt. You're always getting a paycheck. Look at like, what the hell is his name that literally just got signed again? I think it was Mike Glennon. That dude's been in the year for like 12 years, just collecting paychecks. I don't think he's maybe started like 3 games his whole fucking career. He's just been getting paid, and he probably gets mad ass because he's a fucking NFL quarterback. Are you kidding me? Like that? Like Alex Moran like had it right in BMS, bro. That's the dream. That's legit the dream.
I mean, let's look at Brian Hoyer, right? He has 3 rings. I looked this up the other day because I was talking to my boss about this. Guess how much he's made throughout the span of his career?
25 mil.
$32.5 million.
He was a starter for 1 season when he was on the Browns. Well, actually, no, a season and a half because he was on the Browns as a starter, and then he was on the Texans.
On the Colts too. He started like 3 or 4 games. Let's say
so he's played like a cumulative of like 2 full seasons as a starter, but he's been in the league for like over 10 years.
So he started 32 games. So each game that he started, he's gotten paid $1 million.
Yeah, to be a shit quarterback on bad teams.
On bad teams.
Yeah,
it's wild.
Fucking sign me up. You kidding me? Then the rest of the time you get to back up fucking Tom Brady in New England, just get free rings, get paid. You essentially get paid to travel in the locker room and hang out with the guys and then just watch the games. That's even better. You're getting paid to go across the country, watch football games, and get to hang out with all the stars. Like, that's like dream job.
Oh yeah. Without a doubt. It's wild. It's a scam. Like that. It's a scam. You have to be good enough. You have to be good enough to make it there, but then bad enough that you can't start. Like, it's like you gotta
right in the fucking slot, man. Goes back to it, right in the fucking slot.
It's crazy.
Until that off chance that the starter gets injured or something happens, you have to go in.
Yeah, but like you made it there. Like you still have
you're getting paid.
You're getting paid.
You're fucking getting paid.
You might as well show up a couple of games, be a fan favorite, then you get paid more money.
You'd be like Fitzmagic.
Fitzmagic, yeah. He plays good though.
Yeah, he's not that bad, to be honest. He's really not.
No. He's just old. Throws a lot of picks. That's about it though. He has games where he'll have like 100 touchdowns, but then he'll come back next week and have 100 picks to balance it out. It's balance. Always balance with him.
As all things should be.
As all things should be.
Did you see? Yeah. That made me think of like Thanos. Did you see the Johnson & Johnson vaccine? It's like causing blood clots.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And I was like, my girlfriend was going. I took your advice and I looked through online. I scheduled my vaccine for next week, next Thursday.
Oh, you got it that quick?
Yeah. Signed up online, just pre-registered online, and they sent me the email on Monday night. I scheduled it on Tuesday because you only have like 24 hours after they send you the thing. Then you have to like
because then they just give the spot away.
Yeah. So I ended up signing up for next Thursday at the Reggie Lewis Center. Might as well just go after work, like whatever. But what was it? Oh yeah. So my girlfriend wanted to get Johnson & Johnson because she was just like, whatever, like, get it done on one shot. The side effects aren't crazy. Yeah, little do you know, the side effects of blood clots. It's crazy. Like, it's wild. But then I saw people posting last night, like, there's only been like 6 cases of blood clots. Like, come on. You think that, like, that's true? Like, why would it's the middle of a pandemic, right? If there really was only 6 cases of blood clots because of the vaccine, you think they rolling the vaccine for that?
Yeah.
There's more than that. Like, come on. Let's not be naive about this. Like, we need these things more than ever, and it's actually causing a shortage that they have to pull everything. So, like, why are you figuring that, like, it's only, like, one in, like 20,000 people that are going to get blood clots? Like, come on.
It's crazy. We were saying this the other day. I was chatting with a few of the guys. It's like there's a lot of misinformation out there nowadays. Like the internet and the news and everything else could be like a very dangerous place. It's like a rabbit hole you can fall down.
Oh yeah.
It's hard to do like your research, you know what I mean, to try to backtrack everything. Especially like when it comes like the COVID, like these vaccines, because like all this stuff is just like brand new. Like this is partially like the research. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's crazy. Like the internet could be like a very like dangerous, toxic place, and just in general.
the scary thing is everyone has an opinion, and some people's opinions are displayed as fact,
Yeah.
and people
Yeah.
take it what it is. But at the end of the day, it's only someone's opinion. But you tell it to enough people, and people start to believe it to be true.
It's like
And it's crazy.
rumors. It's
Oh
like
yeah,
widespread rumors, you know?
and that's what the internet is. And honestly, like thinking back to it, like we were taught, because like going back to our conversation before with technology, like as technology grew, like we were learning it on the go, like in school and everything.
Yeah.
And we were always taught, don't trust certain websites. Like, don't believe everything you read on the internet. Don't do this. Don't do that. Don't do this. And we were growing up in school with that idea, with that mentality. Like, don't believe everything you read on the internet. Don't look at like certain sites. Like, if a site says, don't get your vaccine because you're gonna die.com, I don't think that's a very credible website. You know what I'm saying? Like,
see, and that's a good point, because I've always felt like, at least our generation, like that probably 4 or 5 year window, who, like you were saying, were kind of the guinea pigs that kind of came up on this. So we kind of could decipher things a little bit better, because like we were basically bred with this shit.
right.
But it was cool. Like we got like a childhood, but then like we got integrated with it. So it's like we still were able to enjoy the simple things, and then we became fucking Matrix tech zombies.
Oh yeah.
But I feel like we're able to view things for what they are, in terms of, okay, like, is this bullshit? Is it not? Is it credible? Is it not? Like, should I look further? Like, should I believe this? Should I try to get more information? Whereas a lot of the other generations, whether it be, um, the older generations, like our parents, or even the kids who are like coming up to like school now, it's like this stuff is kind of like just getting thrown into like their lap. It's like, okay, like this is it. Like, throw out everything you ever learned. Like, this is all there is and all there ever will be going forward. So yeah, take it how you want it. But for us, it was like, all right, like we're the ones who are responsible for learning this as it comes along. So we kind of have to like adapt with it, to the point where, yeah, like we used to say stupid, like crazy shit on like the internet all the time, like when we were younger, but we were like young kids. Like, we're not like, obviously nobody's going to fucking listen to like a young kid, like when it comes to like COVID and like politics and like all this other shit. Like, but now we have sort of a sense of like how the game works and what the rules of the game are, where it's like we can control the game. Where like these people are just like, all right, like I'm just gonna put whatever the fuck I'm feeling today. Like I'm waking up at like my nice cup of coffee. Like, fuck it, let me just post something up online. And the kids nowadays, like, to go to the other end, they're like wicked toxic.
Oh
They're
yeah.
just like they're just gonna like post whatever, like if it'll make them be like the cool kid, or it'll like get like laughs. But us, I don't know. I feel like we're almost like the barter of this, because we're just so experienced just from have it being brought up to the system with us.
Yeah, I've noticed. Um, to go back to your point about like the younger generation, like they like to hide behind the screen. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like they don't.
Yeah.
And the sad part is like, and the sad thing with this pandemic too is like, there's been a lot of like homeschooling, like schooling online, and like I think it's fine for like high school kids. Middle school is kind of pushing it, but like elementary school kids, like I feel so bad for them, because like you need that socialization aspect too.
Yeah.
And it's like nowadays with technology the way it is, and like, I mean, look at outside. Like, yeah, we had like our PS2, we had like our Xbox 360, and we would play all the time. But like, we would still hop on our bikes. We would still bike over to people's houses. We would play with them. We would play basketball. We would play street hockey. We would play baseball. We would play football. Like,
We go skiing, I mean, not skiing, we go sledding, or
sledding. Yeah,
we would literally just sit like by a fire, like in a backyard or something like that.
right.
We, I don't know, like we we did play video games a lot. Like we also kind of didn't. Like I don't know. We kind of knew subconsciously that there was like a fine line. I feel like because it wasn't like out of the gate where it's like, okay, you could play with your friends online, you could do this online. Like we still had to go out and socialize, like whether it be at sports or like in school in order to play like with friends. Like it wasn't really until maybe like halfway through like middle school, like they introduced the online feature of playing like with friends and stuff. And like we understood like, okay, we can do this. But even still, we were so in rooted and embedded in playing sports and like physically going outside just because the tech wasn't nearly as advanced when we first were growing up.
Oh yeah. And like you notice it because you don't see as many kids outside anymore. You don't see as many kids like playing outside doing like what we used to do, and it's sad. Like it's really sad because they're just like they're communicating through live. Like
well, the COVID killed that too. Like you were getting that.
Oh yeah.
The kids for the most part weren't going outside because they could just play inside and like all these new games and shit that like they have out now. But it's like COVID almost like bred them like, hey, like it's not good to go outside. You can't go outside because nothing's open to go outside. Nobody wants you outside. So stay inside. And they're like, all right, that's cool with me. That's kind of like what I want to do anyway, even though like they realistically should be going outside because it's just better for them all around. But it's crazy.
Like reinforcing it. It's reinforcing that behavior. Yeah. It's odd. And I just feel bad. I feel bad for I mean middle school too, like the middle schoolers. Because like you need that socialization aspect. Like how do you a lot of things like you have to learn how to be a people person. And like you can't learn how to be a people person without being with people. Like even if you're just like on a Zoom call, it's like not the same at all. Like you can't like sit next to like your best friend and like start laughing or like joking around. Like you can't do that on a Zoom call. Like sure, you can hop on a chat and do that, but it ain't the same.
It's like a social cue. Like it's like you don't get like that body reaction and that it's you get like a feeling when you're with like another person. Like I don't know, it's like almost like a physical, not necessarily like attraction, you know what I'm saying? But it's like a physical like bond in a way. But yeah, I mean it's definitely sad, like especially like when I look at like nowadays, like when because I self-reflect a lot just like in general, like when it comes like to life, and it usually like helps me out. But I look at a lot of like my friends who I'm still in touch with nowadays. It's like I met pretty much all these kids coming up like through school and through sports, physically like being with them. And I couldn't picture being nearly as close with them or being nearly as far along in my own life. I'm sure like a lot of them as well, like obviously you included, like if we just were on like a headset or on like a Zoom call like all the time, you know what I mean? It's just it's not the same. Like I completely agree with you. It's just not the same.
It's completely different. It's like, I mean, sure, you still have the conversations and you learn how to talk to people, but it's like you won't know how to read a room either. Because you have to like really be
it's like an in energy,
the room. Oh yeah. That's exactly what it is. You don't understand the dynamic of the room. You don't understand the energy of the room. And then what happens when like, I mean, you never know now. I mean, like a lot of interviews are being done like online and stuff like that over the phone. But like, what if you actually get called into an interview and you have to talk to somebody like face to face? And this is like your like maybe 10th interaction face to face with somebody in your entire life.
There's a lot of like intangibles, you know what I mean, when it comes to meeting and communicating with people and networking and forming relationships and just overall communications and public speaking and just over like just talking to people like in general. There's like a lot of like these things that are hard to quantify, that you can't like physically touch, but you just feel it. It's like an intuition, like a gut feeling,
Oh yeah.
like a sense. It's almost like a sixth sense,
Yep.
but it's completely lost through the middleman of technology.
It's sad. It's really sad. It's like, I don't know. Then again, we kind of sound like our how our parents were like when we were growing up.
Oh, they
Like,
would talk about us.
yeah, like you always talk down the generation below you. It's like you're always like, yeah, that generation's doomed. Like,
I feel like for how much, obviously, like when you're like a kid, because you always want to fight the power in a sense and fight the authority that's usually like your parents. It's just like an act of defiance. I feel like you almost need that though as like a reality check, like a gut check to like bring you back to earth. You know what I mean? Because without those statements being said, you almost don't notice the reality of things. Because when you hear that, it almost like makes you think. You can act like you can shrug it off, like be like this tough guy, like, yeah, like whatever, man. But you know, deep down, like you're thinking about like, well, what if they're right? You know, and that almost like opens like your mind and it's like, huh, maybe they are right. And then you start to pay attention to like these little habits that like you do and how you go about like your business and talking to other people and going out. And it, you know what I mean? Like sometimes you need to spark those controversial conversations in order to like make change, you know?
oh yeah, without a doubt, I agree with you 100% on that. I mean, that's how you kind of learn is like through controversy, through making mistakes, through like all that stuff. Because like if someone keeps on telling you yes, 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 or just keeps on agreeing with you, what are you really learning from that?
You get conditioned that the world just revolves around you.
Right.
Pretty much.
Exactly. That you do no wrong. Everything you say is correct. And that's no way to live. Or not that that's no way to live, but
I mean, it'd be a
it's
great
like
way to live, but it's not a realistic way to live, you know?
right. It's not the way the world works, you
Yeah.
know? But yeah, I mean, that's what it kind of comes down to is like, you know, being challenged. It's like being challenged, and that's a thing that I've noticed with like this generation too. And this is me, I guess, like sounding old, is like,
Okay, boomer.
if you challenge like a younger person, they and anything, if you just challenge them, they like shut down or they'll like be very rude to you. Like it's not even like they say yeah whatever.
It
No,
also
they
goes back to how they're raised, because I mean, there's always the few exceptions, always that are still kind of raised old school, I would say.
right. But then like going back to technology, all these kids are hiding behind screens, and they're like, well, I could say whatever I want behind the screen. And then you challenge them on something and they do whatever they want. Like look at the kid with Cam Newton. Right? The
Oh,
kid
we would never talk to somebody like that. I mean, nowadays I would, because it's like, I don't know, I'm just kind of an outspoken like douche sometimes. But like I was like a little kid, like I was the quiet, like respectful kid when it came to an adult. Didn't matter who it was.
but it's not even like when we were in high school, like we're adults now. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like at that point, like we were at a camp at our age right now, and like I think we could justify kind of going about it that way. Not that it's right. I'm
I
not
mean,
saying it's
we
right.
probably wouldn't be as extreme though,
No,
even
but
now, because I don't know. That's just like you just
it's
kind of
not
know
right.
better, I guess. It's
Yeah.
just not like how you were raised, especially like if we were that kid's age and say like our coaches brought us to a camp like that and we did that, like we'd probably get kicked off the team.
Oh yeah, and our parents would not be happy.
Oh, we get a fucking beating.
cracking the whip, like getting the belt with the studs on it.
Especially if you end up going all over the internet like that.
And then it's like, dude, like you're there at his camp. It's not like he's at, like, you're attending something he's volunteering to do. He's putting together for kids like you. He invited you. And you're going to go ahead and disrespect him like that? It's like, come on. You know what I mean? Like, have more respect. And then the funniest thing that, like, and I told Gio this one day after our jiu-jitsu class, I go, I hope that kid becomes a 5-star athlete, 5-star quarterback, and goes to, becomes a 5-star athlete, goes to college, whatever, does the right thing, and drops down to like the 6th round in the NFL draft. Not because of his talent, but because he was a complete douchebag.
Yeah, he'll get humbled real quick.
And his attitude, yeah. And I would love that. Because that's how a kid like that would learn. Is like, you have to lose your privilege. And sometimes, like, you gotta learn it the hard way. And that's the thing now. Like, even when we were growing up, like, you didn't hear a lot about, like, child abuse, right? Like, I guess now, like, if you characterize it, like, sure, my parents probably abused me, right? But, like, I don't see it that way. It was just tough love. That's all it was. It's tough love, and it got me to where I am now. But, like, now, like, you have parents, like, you can't even yell at your kid outdoors, because then you'll get, like, child protective services at your door the next day. Because everyone's so, like, sensitive now. It's crazy. I think that also has something to do with it too. It's like a wicked deep conversation.
Yeah,
like
I don't know. That's like one of those toss-up ones too. I don't know, because I want to agree with you, like, the same time. Like, I don't know if I can, because I don't know. It's just, I don't ever try to, like, I put myself in other people's shoes, but I don't ever try to, like, say, like, okay, like, this is this way because of this and that, because I don't know, you don't ever really know, like, the full story when it comes to people, especially, like, behind closed doors, like their homes, you know.
Oh yeah, and I don't think that's the only way.
I mean, do I think the kids nowadays are soft? Fuck yeah, I do. I mean, we had some soft kids, but these kids are, like, especially soft just from them. I mean, I think it goes back to them not really socializing and all that other stuff, but it also has to do with how the world's changing and how ethics and morals are, they're evolving to different societal norms. Whether I think these norms are good or not, no, I don't. Like, I don't think a lot of the norms that are in society nowadays are good. I think a lot of it is a bunch of moron herders pretty much just herding all the fucking dumb sheep together, and they're just following along.
Yeah.
Similar to how, like, the news does that with a bunch of the stuff that it puts out. But I feel like people like us, we kind of got the best of both worlds, where we got a little bit of the old generation and the new generation. So we're a little bit more prepared to, see between the lines and decipher and make our own opinion. So I don't know. But there's definitely a lot of issues, especially nowadays with, the protests and presidency and COVID, that there's going to need to be an uplift from the younger generation to solve it. And I'm just glad that I'm in the age bracket that I am, because I feel like there's a lot of people that have a lot of good heads on their shoulders,
Oh yeah, and those are the people that will really, change the tide and keep everything flowing. Like, how, like, they say, the next generation up, like, they're the ones that need to keep this country the way it is. And I think we're at that age now that, it's kind of like we're up. Like, it's our job to keep everything the way it is and just continue to improve, and then kind of grow or show the generation below us, this is how you need to kind of own up to everything and keep the way and just keep on trucking and keep our country the way it is.
I definitely think for the most part, especially compared to a large chunk of the world, we're in pretty damn good shape. I feel like a lot, and this goes back to before, a lot of the issues are, misinformation. Like there's a ton of it out there on the internet and social media, like in general. And we have a hard time of idolizing a lot of like the wrong things, a lot of like the wrong people. And there's kind of a lack of originality and creativity where people, they're not really thinking for themselves and they're not really putting their best foot forward to try to be original and be themselves. A lot of people see somebody else and they're like, all right, like he's getting clout, like he's getting likes, she's getting likes, she's getting money off of stupid shit. So I want to be like that instead of, accepting people for who they are and kind of just going after like what makes them happy, which typically leads to better overall lifestyle, both physically, mentally, and eventually, if you keep at it, financially.
Yep.
So I think a lot of it just pretty much revolves back to mental health, in terms of pursuing what makes you happy and doing the things that make you happy and wholesome at the end of the day. And also education, a lot of education, whether it be schools or, parents and everything, they're just kind of a lack of it. So you need to start the kids off young where they can learn a lot of these like habits and traits that are going to carry over for the rest of their lives. And a lot of that too goes back to socialization, actually being like in school to do this, because the internet, Zoom and everything just really doesn't cut it.
Oh yeah. Couldn't agree with you more. That's what it comes down to. And yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting. It'll be really interesting to see, especially now, even with everything settling in. I do, like I told my mom the other day, I was like, there'll never be a snow day ever again in school.
Yeah,
because like
New York officially got rid of it. Like I know not every school and every state got rid of it, but I know the city of New York, they legit like completely, like they said it, like they go, there's no more snow days like ever, like they're gone.
Yeah, there's no such thing. If you can't get to school, that's fine. We're gonna do it online.
It's fucked.
It's crazy. Like we used to love fucking snow days. We used to not even do homework because we were like banking on it snowing hard.
Well, remember we had the remember when Dakin was superintendent and there was the hashtag going around from school, it was like one more Dakin. It was the same time you were saying earlier, we had like those big patches of snowstorms.
Yeah,
so we were just hoping and praying like you give us one more snow day. So like one more Dakin was was trending in our area. This hashtag one more Dakin, and people were like Twitter DMing him, like harassing him to give us the snow day. And like I think one kid got suspended or something like that because he like threatened him if he didn't give like the snow days that he would like go to his house or something.
I remember that, actually. I do remember that. That's
Kids are
too
fucked,
funny.
dude.
That's nuts. Yeah.
One more fucking Dakin.
I think we had like, it was towards the end of like the semester, so like a lot of people had like finals then too. They had like their final exams, or like, yeah, I think it was like closer to
I remember
then.
there was a good chunk in February. We had half of the week off. We only went to school Monday and Tuesday. Then we had Wednesday, Thursday, Friday off, and then we were on February vacation. So we were out of school for like almost half a month in like the middle of February. And then it dragged into March a little bit too.
I remember they were going to extend our days, or they were going to extend the, I think they did. We went in like we had to go an extra week or something, or an extra 2 weeks.
It was an extra week. Yeah. Because the maximum amount of snow day makeups you can do is 5 days.
Yeah, I think we went the maximum. We went
were
an
at the
extra
maximum.
week.
Yeah, we ended up going over it. I think we're at like 8 total or some shit.
It's crazy.
Everybody's like, "Oh my god, you have to go at the end of the year." Blah 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 blah. blah. I was like, "Dude, who cares?" Like
You don't do anything at
the
the end of the
last
year.
like month and a half of school, you never used to do shit.
I know. Never used to do anything.
Like the winter was like the worst because it's cold out, it's miserable out, and then you have to go to school and it's already dark. It's dark out when you go in. It's fucking dark out when you leave, and it was just ass. Like I would take the fucking snow day any day.
Any day, yeah.
Any fucking day. But no, not anymore. Now you got to take the Zoom day.
Now you gotta take the Zoom day. I know these kids will
Fuck
never
that.
know what a snow day is anymore. It's so sad.
Fuck that.
It's so sad. It's terrible. Oh man, that's too funny.
All right, man. I'm yawning like crazy. So
Yeah, it's late.
That was pretty good chatting. I mean, that was like an hour and a half right there at least.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It was fun. It was just shooting the shit, man.
Yeah,
that's all it is.
That's all it is. It's the best. But you get some insightfulness out of it. You know what I mean? That's why I like it.
Yeah, I mean, you always learn something, or you not even learn something. You just like you kind of talk about something that like you don't really talk about every day, and you just open your mind towards it again, or you open your mind towards it.
It's the reps, the mental reps.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it was fun. It was good. It's good chatting. Should definitely do it again.
Yeah, man. We'll have you on another one for sure.
Who do you have on next?
I got Checker tomorrow. That's gonna be a wild one. Yeah, it's gonna be a wild one.
That's funny. But all right, buddy. I'll let you go. It is late. It's fucking 11 o'clock. Would you just get home from the gym too before?
Yeah, I still get a shower. I smell like crap.
Jesus.
Leg day good. Got me.
Nice. Nice, kid. But all right. Yeah, I'll let you go.
All right, brother. Thanks for coming on. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you for having me on. I'm excited for the next one.
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Dell.
All right, man. We'll see ya.
I'll see you.